Hello everybody! So as you can see, I am wearing some very beautiful and fashionable adornments, and that is because in today's video I am going to be showing you guys my pin badge collection. So I actually haven't been collecting for all that long, I never sort of got it, and then I got my first enamel pin. I was like, ooh, I need more of these, definitely. So I've just sort of been collecting for just under 2 years now, and I thought I would show them off to you guys because I've got a fair few. So I've separated the badges into 3 sections. So I've got ones that I picked up at the Young Adult Literature Convention in 2019. I've got this sort of like generic ones picked up from all over the place, and I've got the ones I picked up at FanFest, which was the Xbox event, which I want to say was in November 2019. I can't quite remember, but I'll start with that one because that one's got the least on it. So the first ones are for Jurassic World. I have no idea if they're making a game of it or if it's like the movie or what. They were just randomly included in the goodie bag, so I'm not complaining. So we've got this one here that just says Evolution, and then we've got these 3 here, which is, I'm assuming, are some kind of like factions or something. I'm not entirely sure. I watched the first Jurassic World movie and I did enjoy it, but I just haven't been bothered to watch the others because it's not a franchise I'm particularly fussed about either way. But I thought they're pretty cool pins. I like the sort of bold designs on them, you know. They're really sort of like strong lines, strong colours and everything, and I do like that. And then the other ones I picked up at FanFest were the Project xCloud one with the 2019 date on it, so you know exactly when you picked it up. And Project xCloud is actually this really cool thing that I'm super excited for. It's in beta at the moment, but they're hoping to release it, I want to say 2020, I think it's coming out soon. So basically, Project xCloud would mean that any game you have downloaded to your Xbox console or is available, actually I'm not sure if it's downloaded for your Xbox console or just for the Game Pass, but anyway, basically you would be able to play games that you have digital copies of from your phone. So if you're not at home, you can just like take your controller with you, take your phone with you, and you'll be able to connect your controller to your phone and play the game on there, which I just think is absolutely insane. You know, the future is now. You can play an Xbox game on your phone, and my husband has the beta for it, and I've actually seen the quality of it because we played a bit of Halo 5 together, because you don't have a split screen mode for that, but you can play online, so we've played with him on his phone and me on the Xbox, and the quality of the stream is just incredible. Like, it essentially is the full quality you would get from the game, just on a smaller screen, which is really impressive. And then the other pin I have from that is the Xbox Game Pass 2019, no, XO19, because that's the name of the event. So, yeah, it's the Xbox Game Pass one. Personally, I absolutely love Game Pass. They've got, I think it's over 100 games now. They've got some really fun ones as well, because I'm not so into, like, the sort of big, really popular games. I much prefer sort of smaller, like, indie games. I'm big into platformers and things like that. So, Game Pass just has tons. It's got some of the bigger games and then some of my favourites. One game I really enjoyed on there, my personal endorsement, is Max the Curse of Brotherhood. It's this really fun and unique platform which I had a good fun with, and I'm playing one at the moment now called Slay the Spire, which is kind of like this dungeon game where you have to keep defeating monsters, but it's also a deck building game at the same time, so you use cards to try and beat them, and you've essentially just got to keep tackling the dungeon again and again and again, because each time you unlock like more powerful cards and stuff. So that's been really fun. But yeah, Xbox Game Pass has a ton of games, and I think it's just a really nice pin. I like the logo for it. It's nice and simple, nice and clear, just Xbox Game Pass, you know what you're getting with it. So those are the ones from FanFest, and I just want to show off my beautiful shiny, like, because we got the sort of VIP entry on the Thursday, and look how shiny that is. Oh, I was so excited when I got that lanyard. Oh yeah, and there's the lanyard itself, just says XO19 London. So the next one I will be showing off are the pins I got from the Young Adult Literature Convention. So most of these aren't enamel ones, they're just sort of regular pin badges. Also, I don't know what most of them are from, because they were just sort of giving them out at freebies, and if I see something free, I will pick it up. I don't really care what it is. So we've got this one, which is like a shield and then like some kind of sunburst. It's cool. Now this one says, "Hello me, it's you," which I think is the tag. Hang on. Give it a bit more focus. Is that working? Yes. So yeah, so I think it's the tagline for one of the YA books coming out, but honestly I can't help but read it in Joe Goldberg's voice from You, just because it's like, "Hello you," all the time. This one says The Graces, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume it's for some book called The Graces. Now this one, I have no idea what it's for, and I'm gutted because I absolutely love this one, and I forgot to make a note of which table I picked it up from, because this is pretty much the only enamel pin I have from it, and it's so gorgeous. The lighting is terrible, I apologise. There we go. And it says on it, Corda frigida crumine distante, which I'm assuming is Latin. I'm not sure what for. This one is for a book called Pet, which I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I know it was very anticipated. I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but I've got a bookmark with artwork from that as well, which is also really pretty. This one says, This Story is a Lie, which is very ominous, and it's for White Rabbit, Red Wolf. This one is for, I'm pretty sure it's not just a tag, but I think the book is called Long Way Down. Sorry about the focusing on these. There we go. Now, this one says Evernight book, but just look at the pretty phoenix. Again, I don't really know much about most of these books, unfortunately, because I do enjoy YA books, but I'm really bad at staying up to date with what's like current and everything. But yeah, I like badges, and I just like collecting things, really. So then we've got this one for The Book of Dust, which I believe is out now, because I've seen people like talking about it, and I do want to read that one, because it's got pretty good reviews. From what as long as I'm thinking of the same thing, it's not like a sequel or anything coming up to it, but yeah, people seem to be really into that one, so I do want to check that one. This one says How to Make Friends with the Dark, which I think is quite a cool concept for a pin, because, you know, the dark's associated with like being ominous and everything. Oh, another enamel one. There we go. Don't know why they don't want to focus. But yeah, this one says, I'm a Bellatrix warrior. And again, I'm not sure what that's from, and I cannot see the name Bellatrix without thinking of Bellatrix Lestrange. This one is On the Come Up. Again, I'm not sure if that is the book name or just the tagline, but it's got cool headphones around it. I really like the silver and black effect. I think that is super cool. This one, a tissue, we all fall down. Not sure which book this is for, but apparently it's not the badge is not suitable for children under 36 months because it's got a sharp point present, and the warning very clear there on the side of the thing. But yeah, obviously that's a tissue, we all fall down is from the old rhyme. And then I've got Hello Me, it's you again, but I think it's a different colour. Yes. So before, it was black on white. Sorry, white on black, whereas this time, it's black on white. So, same book, different pin. But yeah, those are my ones from... They're not all going to face the same way. But yeah, those are my ones from the Young Adult Literature Convention. I like having them. They're a fun memento. And then finally, we get to the good stuff. So this lanyard is an Xbox Game Pass one, and it's one that my husband picked up at E3... I can't remember, I think it was 2019. No, it would have been 2019 because Apex Legends was out, and I don't think Apex Legends would have been out at the time otherwise. But yeah, he picked up a couple of the lanyards, so I got his spare one. So now this logo, this bit badge here, is from my university, Royal Holloway. It is the badge for that. No idea when I got it. Esse quam vide is our what's the word? Catchphrase? Motto. I think that word I'm looking for is motto. I can't remember what it means, but it means something cool in Latin. This is a very fun badge for Gears Pop, which I haven't played because Gears of War terrifies me, but I do like the pop aspect. This one is a Slurp Juice from Fortnite. I used to play Fortnite all the time, but I haven't played it in ages, just I kind of grew out of it, I guess. But, see, Fortnite gets a lot of hate, but I don't see why. You know, kids love it for good reason. It's colourful, it's fun, I like the building aspect. They're constantly changing things. I think Fortnite is a great concept, and I think it's a great game, and just because I don't play it anymore doesn't mean I'm going to hate on it. Yeah, I think Fortnite gets a lot of undue hate. Now this one is an enamel pin badge to advertise Ori Will of the Wisp, which is going to be coming out very, very soon, and I am so excited for it, because I played the first Ori game, which I'm spacing on the name, I think something Forest, but it's so fun. It's like the most beautifully surreal platformer. Like, you play as like this kind of ghostly spirit animal called Ori, and you've got to sort of like traverse the world looking for different things and trying to open gates and defeating enemies. But the way it's done is so beautiful and like dark and light contrasting, and it's just absolutely gorgeous graphics, and and fun gameplay as well. Like, it's got some really challenging aspects to it, and I'm super excited for when Will of the Wisp comes out, not least because I expect it will be on Game Pass. Now this one is calling in a Lifeline package. I did a terrible impression, but we'll take it. So this is a Lifeline from Apex Legends, which I haven't played very much myself. My husband plays it all the time, and I sort of watch and say, oh look, there's an enemy over there. Yeah, I'm that girl who just sits and backseat gaming, as my husband calls it. I have to actively stop myself if it's in the middle of a firefight or something. But yeah, I like watching it. It's fun. I've played a few rounds of it. I won my very first ever game of that, which very much annoyed my husband because he like played it all the time. It was still when it was first sort of came out, so he wasn't as good back then as he is now. Like now he wins most of the time, but back then he had quite a low win ratio, and I just come in first game. My teammates carried me, I won't lie. But yeah, that's that one. Hang on, where are we up to? All good. So this is another Xbox Game Pass one, but this is the one from that was given out at the Xbox Fan Fest in somewhere in America. It was tagged on to the E3 event. Now, this one was a pin badge my husband got very specially for me, and this is for a game called Stardew Valley, which I got on the Switch a couple of years ago, and I love it. It is so cute. Basically, the story behind it is amazing because the whole entire game was designed by this one guy, like the art, the storyline, literally everything, all by this one guy. And basically, you're fed up with your city life and you move to start a new farm in a small village far away called Stardew Valley. And basically, you interact with the other characters in the village. You grow your own crops. You can go mining. You can go fishing. Oh, and you can cut down trees and stuff and like craft things. It's just brilliant. I love it. I absolutely adore it. I think it's a great game. So yeah, when my husband, he went to the Eurogamer and he saw they were selling a pin for Stardew Valley, and he just had to pick it up for me because, oh, it's beautiful. So this is the Pelican Town Hall, which is basically it's like the community centre, and you can like build it up to its former glory. So when you first start the game, it's all like decrepit and all the rooms are falling down, but as you sort of do various achievements throughout the game, it gets nicer and nicer and nicer. And yeah, it's just such a fun game. I love it. I would happily buy a Stardew Valley 2 if they ever released one. And then this badge is possibly my favourite badge I own. And this is the London Scene Pikachu that was given out exclusively at the Pokemon Centre pop-up in London, which was a few months ago. Okay, I think that was November as well. I had a lot of things happening in November. But yes, it was, because it was on the same weekend as the Fan Fest. So yeah, I went down. They were selling 2 pin badges. They had sort of like one in a similar style to that, so like the brassy sort of effect, but the other one had sold out before I got to go in. But honestly, this one was my favourite anyway, so I'm not too fussed on missing out on the other one. I just love it. Like, look at him with his little bowler hat and his umbrella, and oh, I got a few other things at the Pokemon Centre, but yeah, the pin badge was always the thing. This was the one thing. If I could only get one thing in there, it would have been that. So I'm really glad they still had them, and I just, yeah, love it. So the next 3 ones are what I got for my pre-order of Crash Team Racing, which I pre-ordered with game. So we've got the trophy that you get if you win a race. You've got no crash, no glory, and then you've just got the logo. But yeah, I really love these. Like, this was what swung it for me to get the pre-order from game, because various places were offering various things, but I was like, I want those pin badges. This one is my souvenir that I picked up from Disneyland Paris in 2018. Yes, time blends into one for me. I'm terrible at knowing when I got things, but yeah. So it's Chip and his mum from Beauty and the Beast, which isn't a particular favourite movie of mine, but I really love the characters, and I just think, like, it's so beautiful and elegant with like the purple and the gold and the white. I think it's just a really beautiful pin. Yeah, don't even get me started on how much I dislike Beauty and the Beast. It's just Stockholm Syndrome romanticised. It bothers me. And this one is a memento from the Hard Rock Cafe in New York. So I think this was when my husband went there for, I believe it was Ace Comic Con. He went to see the cast of the Justice League, and I wasn't able to go because I had work, so he brought me back a little souvenir, and basically it's an apple with a little guitar top coming out of it. It's super cool, and the Hard Rock Cafe is brilliant if you haven't gone. They've got like restaurants all over the world. They've got a fantastic menu. I mean, I've only ever tried the salmon, but the salmon's just so amazing that I don't want to try anything else because I know I love the salmon, and if I have something else I might not like it as much. And I had the salmon the first time and I was like, this is the best salmon that I have tasted in my entire life. So every time I go, I'm just like, I want the salmon. Salmon's great. I want the salmon. They also do incredible milkshakes. Like, it's pricey, but so worth it. But yeah, and they have a really cool gift shop attached to the restaurants with loads of stuff. I've got a really nice Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt somewhere. No idea where that's got to be honest. But yeah, they just got really cool stuff and they've got really nice pin badges. So this was a fun one. And I've saved this one till last because I wanted to talk a bit about it. So this is the logo for SOBS, which is a charity. The full name is Survivors of Bereavement by Suicide. And I just think it is such an amazing charity. So basically, they do support work for the people left behind after their loved one commits suicide. Because now suicide is one of those things that's like taboo. No one really talks about it. And for me, it was something I hadn't really thought about much, because, you know, it's happened to other people and I was aware it was a thing and it was awful, but it hadn't really sort of affected my life in any way. And then in July 2018, I lost he was a really amazing guy. He was called Callum, and I was really close with him at uni. He was a really good friend. Like, he was one of those guys that literally everybody loved. And I know people always say that after someone dies, but with Callum, it really was true. No one ever said a bad word about Callum. He was just the most amazing guy, always smiling, always laughing, so kind to everybody. But yeah, and we were quite close throughout uni. You know, I would say he was one of my closer friends. He came to my wedding, and then we sort of just drifted apart after uni. You know, you never really think that conversation you have with someone might be your last one with them. And then, you know, I spoke to him every now and then, but barely at all. And yeah, and then July 2018, I just found out that he had taken his own life, and I had no idea that he was even battling depression. And it's just one of those things that no one really talks about. You know, he was such a happy guy. I never would have guessed how he was feeling. And I think we were all stunned, like everyone in our sort of friendship group were just shocked, because, you know, Callum had the most infectious, wonderful smile, and to think that he got to that point where he was so sad, it was just unthinkable. And it really messed me up when it happened, because it was just like a slam in the face and was like, look, this is reality, you know, suicide really can happen to everyone. And I sort of like learnt more about it and everything, because like I said, we drifted apart, but the way it was affecting me, I was just a wreck for a long time. And so I learnt about SOBS, and basically they do work with the people left behind, and it's estimated that when someone commits suicide, there'll be around 1,000 people affected in some way by this. You know, because we touch a lot of people's lives without even realising it some of the time, and people who have lost a close loved one to suicide are like multiple times more likely to commit suicide themselves. So SOBS provides resources. They've got support groups with other people who've lost someone that people can just go along to and just talk about it, get their feelings out and just listen. You know, it's a really supportive atmosphere. They can provide counselling for people who need it. They've got loads of resources on their website, and they've got like booklets and everything. And it's just a really amazing charity. So this pin badge is very special to me because, you know, I think they're an amazing charity, and just having their logo there, I really like to. But yeah, sorry to end on a more depressing note, but I hope you've enjoyed the video and it has been fun to watch it. I just wanted to end with a serious message because it's an important message, and most of all, I want to talk about Callum. You know, he was an amazing guy and I want his memory to live on. So yeah, just if you are ever feeling depressed or alone, talk to someone. You know, I know it's hard and easier said than done, but you are so much more loved than you could ever realise, and you'll have no idea of the pain you would leave behind. You know, you mean so much to so many people without even realising it. And so this is my reminder to you that you are special and you are important. And yeah, just live your life, do happy things, collect pin badges because they're beautiful and fun and amazing. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.